Welcome to Angel and the Wiz.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. You want to do it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Because I
I'll do
talk
the
a
next
lot.
one.
You do the next one? Okay. Are you on your own or no? Okay, good. Okay. Now, let me share with you before we go any further
Okay.
that we got some responses to,
Really?
to the first
I'm
shows.
so excited.
I'm
so excited.
It's cool. Are you really? You're just
I
saying
really- no,
that?
I really am
Okay,
excited.
okay. So listen to this. This
Okay.
is one that I got. So I'm watching the show, and you guys are doing great. Very nice image. And the girl, they mean you.
That's me.
Yes, seems very comfortable and well spoken.
Aw. Let's have a
See,
good
is
day.
that really good? She said, I've been watching for a while, and I do not know her name. Did you ever introduce her in the show? It's Angel in the Woods, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm Angel.
Okay, simple.
My
right?
name's Angel.
I'm obviously not Angel, okay? Oh, look at this.
Caleb.
Oh, hey, even I got one too.
Oh, you got a compliment?
Yes, you look good, and your hair looks like you're nice. Maybe you brushed it.
Yeah.
Oh, look this. Every woman will hate you. And she looks very nice and very thin.
Aw,
Oh,
thank
see,
you.
Is that sweet? Then,
It's the wardrobe that does it.
I got to go
Don't
watch
let
the
that
rest of the
deceive
show.
you.
Now, this one I got. This one came in. This was an email.
Okay.
I had sent out to let some people know that the show was on, and this lady wrote back. She said she really enjoyed the
Okay.
show. This was from a fellow where we work. He said you both rocked, and then this
Rockin'.
one was great show. Thanks for sending it to me because I sent them a link so that they could watch it.
Very cool.
Now,
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Please feel free. You can email us at this number.
Yes.
Let me say this because you deserve credit for it. And I want you to know that I've been giving you credit to everybody. Every time we talk, I tell them Angel and the Wiz has been on TV for years. It's on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock, like on the little spot that we did, okay? You were the one that said, why don't you put it on the web so people could watch it when
Right.
they want to? So what we have done, thanks to Angel's persistence and perseverance, we are now, Angel and the Wiz is now on YouTube so that you can watch the shows you might have missed. Now, this is the new season, so we're starting with the new season, so there's only a couple of shows up there right now. But each week, if you want, you can go check at Angel and the Wiz, no spaces, Angel and the Wiz on YouTube, and we're putting the shows up every week, and it's made it possible for more people to see the show.
Absolutely.
You know, and of course we're on Facebook at Angel and the Wiz as well, and you can send us topics or anything you want. Really, we're happy to have your involvement. This was really nice to get. They don't all have to be wonderful and flowery. Oh, that's the better ones, but you know. So anyway, now
Constructive criticism, always welcome.
right, sure, okay.
I like it.
Well, no, I respect you for that. I wanted to start this week
Okay.
about morality.
Okay.
And what the, and I don't and I want to be careful because I'm not talking about so much the morality of gays in the military and relationships morality
Right.
as much as I'm concerned about morality in society and the things that we do as a society and I question the morality of it and stuff like that. You know, what was it like? May I lead?
Sure.
And you'll come in?
I will come in if I have an opinion about something.
Okay, well, okay. But, and also you
Or
said
a
you might have
comment.
something that you...
Yeah.
Okay. When we're taping this show, there's been a lot of hoopla about the unions fighting, the public service unions fighting with the
Government,
the
right.
government, okay? Whatever state you want to talk about, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And why does this fall into morality? For me, it does because if you are a public service union and gets paid by the taxpayers' money, and you take that money and donate it to people that run for office, and then you are then negotiating with those people that you help put into office, I don't think that's morally correct. I don't think so. The person that's missing at the table is a taxpayer.
The assumption you make about that,
Yes,
being
ma'am.
a public employee,
Okay.
is that the majority of the people do donate. Most of us can't afford to donate to
No,
political
you
figures.
you don't do it.
No, we do it for
Your dues do it.
our dues do it. Well, They
See,
do,
that's-
but
yeah, but I mean that.
but that's not the whole purpose for having a union. You know from the teacher perspective, as a
Right.
public employee,
Right.
these kids make the most outlandish accusations.
Sure, of course.
Most of them false.
Right.
But it has to have an investigation. And if I didn't have the union there with the union lawyers
Right.
to represent me,
Right.
there would be nothing. People would lose their good quality teachers would lose their jobs because students didn't like that they got an F.
Right. And
You know what I mean? But,
I do.
there's a lot of other things that are important. Now, you're right. I don't think that the education unions or public unions should weigh that heavily or heavily influence politicians,
Well, see,
because that's
that-
not fair.
That's the immoral part that I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay.
That's not fair.
Because see, I support that you have representation
Right.
and that you have people that protect you and all that. That doesn't affect me. What affects me is the way it's structured right now. The unions take the dues money that you give them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's just say, for sake of argument,
Okay.
that you happen to be a conservative Republican. Okay?
Okay.
See,
Okay.
For argument's
Okay,
sake.
I'm in
okay. And you're paying your union dues, and you're finding out that your union is spending 85% of its money to elect liberal Democrats, who then they will then go negotiate with for contracts, and the people that they just elected will give them much more than they should probably get, because they are washing each other's hands. That's what bothers me. That's what's wrong. I figure if you're gonna negotiate, then you shouldn't be allowed to
Yes,
participate in making donations.
as a
Pretend.
Republican,
Right.
that's not right. But I think that you assume too much. I don't see the unions. There's because I only know about the education side. There's the National Education Association, which is
Right.
kind of like the big education
Right.
union.
NEA.
But then there's these filters that come down. So I belong to the local
Right.
education association,
Right.
which doesn't have a huge membership because we're a right to work state. So
Right,
we
right.
don't have a lot of, what representation we have to hold on to.
Right.
They don't heavily influence a lot of politicians. It's a lot, it's really the people, because the politicians are making decisions in this state about
Right.
education that are ludicrous, and
Right.
these guys should be fired for because they have no idea what they're talking about. But
Right.
so I don't think that. I think that at the national level, but even at the national level, they don't have as much say in educational policy as you think, because because if they did, the stuff that's happening now at this local level
Right.
wouldn't be happening.
But the-
Do you know what I mean? But
no,
I do. But you're right. I do agree with you that they shouldn't be spending
you can't.
hordes of money
You
on
can't.
these politicians.
That's my only point.
Yeah.
You cannot negotiate with people that you are giving money to.
No.
That's wrong. That
Right.
is immoral. And so what I would say is, and I can't give you chapter and verse. Okay, I don't know if it's 85% or 98%, but
God, I hope it's not that much.
But unfortunately, all of the
Hey,
unions
can one of
in
you guys
America,
research that and let
That's
me
right.
know?
Let me know.
'Cause I really.
But the bottom line is that the predominance of unions
Mm-hmm.
in America support the Democrats. The Democrats rely on the union money. The unions will go out and spend hundreds of millions of dollars to get Democrats elected. And whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, it's not correct
Mm-hmm.
to spend that money, because they don't come to you and ask you, who do you care about? Let's
No,
say
they
you're a
don't.
liberal Democrat, okay? And if they're supporting Democrats, then you're happy. But what if this could never happen, of course, but what if they were supporting a Republican? Well, you might take offense at the fact that your union dues are being used to elect somebody that you don't believe in.
I would, if again, from the educator standpoint, if my union was to say we're going to support this Republican, my assumption is that they've had a very good education plan.
Yes, but you see, too often they have been in bed with the Democrats for so long. Now, this is just history. I'm not trying to go
Right.
points or...
No, it's okay. I understand.
They have been in bed with the Democrats for so long. It doesn't... Even when these guys go out and lie, they support them.
Right.
That's what and I think now if you could get a situation that the unions want to they want this card check thing, where there is no longer a private vote to join the union. They want it to just be out in the open. Well, if it's in America, we vote privately. Nobody has the right to know what your vote is. And if that's gone, then somebody can knock on your door and say, we looked at your card and you didn't vote for us. That's intimidation.
That is.
That is wrong.
That's okay.
So anyway.
I'll beat them up.
A good girl. Okay, but so anyway, so on this particular instance, I am thinking that the only moral way to have it be is if the unions want to donate to political campaigns, then they must find a third party to represent them in negotiations. In other words, they can't now negotiate with somebody they elected.
Right,
you cannot give money to somebody.
That's a very valid.
Isn't that bribery? It's
bribery.
It
it's
is
bribery in the pure sense.
In the purest sense, and that's why. So I'm really against that. That's why. And okay, so now, that's that's just one of the things that I wanted to cover because I felt that was important. Now you said you had something that you wanted to talk.
Well, I got a comment about the unions.
Okay, go.
And I have a lot of friends on Facebook that are teachers and that are not teachers, and there's kind of been these comments that I watch back and forth, and somebody had made a comment about I don't remember exactly what they said, but it was very hurtful to me about how as public employees that it's we should have similar union requirements like public or like private employees in companies, and I just wanted to scream at him and say, the American public is our company. I'm a teacher.
Right.
My company is educating these children.
Right.
Your children.
Right.
And it's not a private institution.
Right.
So, and I was just so aggravated by the comment that he said about how, well, if you don't like the way that your union works or whatever, then, or what, if you don't like the changes that they want to make, then maybe you should have, you should just privatize and I was just so agitated by that comment.
Well, and for what it's worth, I mean, I can still understand, because in a sense, because, and that's the point that we kind of making before. See, the people aren't represented. Okay, they're supposed to be represented by those Congress critters that we elect,
and they're not always represented accurately.
They're not accurate. They're not represented accurately, and so what it looks like is that. I would say something else to you too. I positively believe that America would much rather have the teachers get the money.
I would hope so.
I mean, I believe that. I think they don't mind giving the money to the teachers. They don't like the money going into administration and union dues and all this other stuff that it goes into. And you made your point. And I don't want to get sidetracked onto just education, but you did make your point about what part pays where and stuff like that. But I just think, and there's something else too, and this fits in with one of the things they were trying to do in Wisconsin. This is weeks ago, but one of the things they were trying to pass in that bill in Wisconsin is they don't want to be in a position. Do you realize in that state they have to buy their medical insurance through the union? What is that? Why? Why can't I buy the medical insurance wherever it's the cheapest? See, that's not right. But that was negotiated in a contract.
Weird.
Yeah. And the other thing that scares me is, and I don't know if this is applicable, you can tell me if it's applicable, but it seems that I just learned about the thing that the first hired are the first fired.